G'day Pickleball family. First thing to know, as shared on pickleball52.com, Suffolk, England spearhead push to promote pickleball in schools in the UK. Pickleball's push to reach a younger demographic is really gathering pace, with Suffolk leading the charge to get the sport on school curriculums in England and the UK. Mel Wakefield from Active Suffolk, who plays pickleball at South Suffolk Pickleball Club, invited PE teachers and students for a taster session at Suffolk 1 Sixth Form College in Ipswich last week. Mel was supported by South Suffolk Pickleball Club founder Sue Nicol, Pickleball England's Suffolk representative Christina Barron, and Spicy Pickleball founder Molly Nags, who led the coaching. It's hoped that the event gives PE teachers and other school staff a positive experience of pickleball and will encourage them to spread the word to pupils by including it in PE lessons and perhaps make it a permanent addition to the curriculum or extracurricular clubs. As an added publicity boost, the session was also attended by camera crews from BBC Look East and ITV Anglia, who produced reports for the Eastern Region local evening news. It's fantastic to see so many people here wanting to learn about the sport, said Mel. I work in sports development for children and young people and wanted to find a way to get pickleball into my role at Active Suffolk. So I thought, let's try to get it into schools by inviting staff and representatives from across the region. I'm really happy to see such a big turnout. Elsewhere, Brian Saunders from Swindon Pickleball Club led the first after-school pickleball club at Commonwealth School last week with 20 children participating. Afterwards, PE staff from 6 nearby schools were introduced to the basics of the game and had some competitive games. Brian said the level of engagement and interest by all PE teachers was amazing, with many planning to introduce pickleball into their schools in the near future. Val Vladia led a taster session at Leeds Sports Secondary PE Conference last week, and West Midlands Regional Director Michael de Groot gave over 50 primary-age children their first pickleball experience at a Sport Legacy Games hosted by Sport Birmingham. Love Pickleball ran 2 sessions at a school for pupils with special needs in Lancashire. The school's head of PE told session leaders that he plans to buy net and paddles as the students and staff are now hardcore pickleball converts. Thanks ever so much for making it this far into the update. Please be sure to hit subscribe and comment, like, and rate on the platform you're watching or listening to it on, so this and future episodes can be found by and shared with other fellow pickleballers. Second thing to know, as shared on onfocus.news, demand for pickleball facilities in the US reaches new high in 2024. The Sports Facilities Companies, or SFC, which manages the largest network of sports and recreation facilities in the US, reports that demand for facilities with pickleball courts has reached an all-time high in 2024. Nearly half of SFC's facilities accommodate pickleball, led by the newly opened Rhythm and Rally Sports and Events in Macon, Georgia, touted as the world's largest indoor pickleball facility after converting a vacant mall. SFC announced it will manage the Lake Kennedy Racket Centre, which is under construction and set to open this month. This facility in Cape Coral, Florida, is designed to become a central hub for both competitive and recreational pickleball players. It features 32 permanent pickleball courts next to 12 tennis courts. SFC reports that over 90% of community planners and facility developers consider including pickleball in their feasibility studies for new complexes. For venues without permanent courts, new and existing facilities can easily convert their playing surfaces to accommodate pickleball courts. Pickleball is more than a sport, it's a catalyst for community development and social engagement, said Jason Clement, CEO of the Sports Facilities Companies. Through the establishment of facilities like Rhythm and Rally and the upcoming Lake Kennedy Racket Centre, we are not only meeting current demands, but are also influencing the future of urban sports facilities. It's clear that the Sports Facilities Companies is at the forefront of the pickleball movement and helping our community meet the demand for courts, said Southern Pickleball co-founder Paul Midkiff. Notably, in Macon, we've had the ability to host events at what is now the world's largest indoor pickleball facility, which has significantly enhanced the player and spectator experience. SFC's existing and future venues that can accommodate pickleball include Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, Fruitland, Maryland, Hillsborough, New Jersey, Triadelphia and Bridgeport, West Virginia, Sandusky, Ohio, Hoover, Gardendale and Albertville, Alabama, Brandon and Starkville, Mississippi, West Monroe, Louisiana, League City, Texas, Morristown, Tennessee, and Bedford Park, Illinois. Additionally, venues being readied for pickleball include Townsville, South Carolina, Overland Park, Kansas, Springfield, Missouri, Laramie, Wyoming, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and Rosenberg, Texas. Third thing to know, as shared on pickleball.com, Johnny Pickleball shows support for military veterans with launch of Engage Paddle. Johnny Andrews, also known as Johnny Pickleball, was an avid player for years before turning pro in 2018. Before entering America's fastest growing sport, though, he served in the United States Army for 6 years as a combat arms cavalry scout stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia. As the sole combat veteran on the pro circuit, Andrew prioritises supporting fellow veterans while spreading the word about the positive impact of pickleball. With that in mind, Andrews partnered with Engage Pickleball to release a Camouflage Pursuit Pro 1 Power Series Raw T700 carbon fibre paddle made by Engage. The paddle represents those that have served, those who are currently serving, the families associated with the military, and those who've paid the ultimate sacrifice, he said. When pros partner with companies to create signature paddles, the final product is often squarely focused on the player. Think Jack Sock's Selkirk paddle and Ben John's Yola paddle. Andrews, however, was adamant about creating a paddle to represent an entire community. I want it to be a part of something bigger than just me. This paddle has the camo cosmetic from the military because of how many people it impacts throughout the world. I wanted this paddle to represent something more than anything else, he explained. Being a part of something bigger than himself was an important reason why Andrews enlisted in the first place, and he ultimately found a similar sense of community, belonging, and purpose in pickleball. When I completed my service, I found that it was very easy to get lost, especially when you come back into the civilian world. It can be very stressful, overwhelming, and challenging. People in the military struggle with that transition all the time. Those moments of being lost can really get to you mentally, he shared. All people need purpose and direction. That's what they're looking for. I had purpose and direction in the military, and when I found pickleball, that became my purpose and direction. For all veterans and people who leave the military with any ailments or any sense of feeling lost, pickleball is a great outlet to provide purpose, direction, and community. Paddles up!